Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Trapped in the South. I don't know where I'm gonna actually place this portion of the video, so I don't know if you have gotten to see pictures and videos from our trip, but I wanted to get on here and really talk about my experience. We actually took this trip in December, and as you're getting this video, it is May, almost June. And it really took me a long time to be able to honestly talk about this without tears. For y'all that do know me, my 8-year-old, we probably had these random conversations, but from a very young age, and when I say young, I'm saying like, I don't know, 2 or 3 possibly. Probably not 2 because that's ridiculous. But let's just say 3 or 4. Somehow, some way, I'm sure we were watching something or doing something, and in New York came up. Okay. And ever since then, she has always said, hey, when can you take me to New York? When are we going to New York? I want to go to New York. And so we just thought that it would be an amazing thing to send her for her 8th birthday. I wanted her to actually turn 8th there, but sometimes when you're parents, you'll be paying attention to stuff, and it just don't work out. And it has to be affordable for all of our family, right? Because even if it's just us going, our family has to live wherever they are. And so we ended up going. I was really, really excited just to spend these couple days and show my girl the city. I've been a couple times, and I just think it's so beautiful to be able to give your children experiences. I've never been really, really big on toys. Like, yeah, I love toys for them to like play with and to explore different things. But it's just something about traveling and getting out of your neighborhood and out of your community and see how people live and communicate with one another. I learned that at a very young age, and so I want to be able to give that gift to my kids. And so even for me to be able to keep it a surprise and, you know, wake her up in the middle of the night and drive to Texas and like to surprise her that way, like it was very, very special, and she was really, really excited. I rented an Airbnb. I've rented, I don't want to say hundreds because that might be a little bit much, but I've rented a lot of Airbnbs all over the world. And for some odd reason, this experience was horrible. I did everything that I knew to do. Message, the day before you go out to let you know that like we're still coming. I messaged them when we got in the city just to ask about check-in time or something, or to confirm the check-in time, because sometimes when they know you're there, they'll allow you to come put your bags up and stuff, especially in a big city. Like nobody wants to be walking around with their suitcases and things of that nature, and we packed really light just in case we couldn't, but I just asked just in case. But we got there and we just got straight to it. We hopped in an Uber and started going places. So around the time that we actually got to the Airbnb, it was probably, I'm going to say 7. Okay. And I want to set the scene because it's December. We're in New York City. It is me and my 8-year-old daughter. It had been raining, so it's that cold weather. We're from the South, so sometimes, packing it's different, right? Y'all's 60 is not our 60, point blank. And I put in the code doesn't work. I tried the code, I think 2 more times. I knock, nothing. So then I'm like, well, did I type in the right address? Like, am I at the right place? Because there's actually 3 doors. All of the information sounds correct. So I get on Airbnb and I start messaging and I'm like, hey, we're here. Once again, it's like 7. So we're way past the check-in time. No response. I waited 30 minutes, 45 minutes. They're normally really responsive. No response. At this point, I start to get concerned because I realized I don't know where I am. There are people walking up and down this road. Me and my 8-year-old daughter are sitting on the porch of New York. And what if these people actually don't answer? And then another thing that was already weighing heavily on my heart was that my 4-year-old had a program that night, and I'm supposed to be on FaceTime, and for some odd reason, I didn't get to FaceTime her program. And I'm that mom that doesn't miss things like this, so like my emotions are high. I ended up calling Airbnb, their support center, and this lady that I spoke to was really nice. And she said that she's trying to communicate with them, but it was going to be time. We have to give them an allotted time. And I'm just like, the wind is blowing. It's raining. It's cold. It's dark. We're in an unfamiliar place. I waited. We sat on this porch for probably 2 hours. Never heard from the renters of Airbnb. The Airbnb customer service took a really long time to get back in touch with us. I think I ended up calling 2 or 3 more times, and everybody that I spoke to was just like, hey, well, there's nothing we can do. They've already expedited the situation. We're waiting to hear back from people to say what to do. We could definitely get you a refund. And I said, well, can you find me somewhere else to stay? Oh, yeah, sure. I think I waited another 30 minutes. Then survival just kicked in. I ended up ordering an Uber, and I was like, by this time I'm bawling. I am crying. I'm so disappointed. I'm upset. Like, how could someone do that? Like, rent you a space, communicate with you, and then decide not to. And I was just like, okay, I'm sorry. We're just going to have to end this trip. I'm going to go back to the airport, and we're just going to go home because this is dangerous. I go to the airport. It's packed. Once again, it's December. They were not the greatest. Unfortunately, there was no flights until the next day. And so there's barely anywhere to sit in the airport. So we found a little corner, and I'm like softly weeping because I'm just like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? What can I do? I tried calling Airbnb again, didn't really get anywhere. So once again, survival instincts kick in, and I don't know if I get on. I usually use Expedia a lot. I don't remember if I got on Expedia or if I Googled the hotels around me. I think I got on my maps and looked at the hotels around me, and then I got on Expedia. And I found out there was a Marriott hotel not too far away, and I called and I asked if they had a room, and they were like, yeah. And they were like, do you need someone to come pick you up? And I was like, please? Because at this point I had paid for an Uber to the Airbnb from the Airbnb, and I'm sitting at the airport, so that meant it would have been another Uber. And y'all know New York, it's not cheap, so I already spent $100+ in Ubers. And I would love to say, all of my Uber drivers in New York were amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I remember that one, it was like when I was on the way to the airport, he was just so concerned because I was just crying. He was like, is there anything I can do for you? Like, can I help you? Like, I'm so sorry. Are you guys okay? And of course, it's Uber. You don't want to like, they're strange people. It's not the company, but they're strange people. You don't want to tell too much of your information. But they were so caring and so kind. And I ended up getting to get this Marriott hotel, which was not that far away from the airport. They came and picked us up. When I tell you it was top tier service. Had a restaurant inside. just good staff, clean, beautiful facility. I actually had never stayed at this Marriott brand before. If you keep watching the video, I'll show you guys. I was just so thankful. We ended up having a good trip after that, but if it wasn't for Marriott, I don't know if this would have been the experience that I was hoping for. Because, you know, when you're in New York, you have semi-early mornings and you have late nights because you're out walking and doing all the things. And I'm just so thankful that they had spaces available and that they were just so accommodating. I mean, even the driver, he was bomb. He was great. He was so sweet. I wish I remembered his name. For some reason, I want to say Santos, but I don't think that's it. He was so great. So I really just wanted to make this video not only to show our trip, but sometimes everything that glitters isn't gold. And Airbnb, I don't know what you guys need to do for your host, but that was unacceptable. And even though like I got a refund, that experience will always be with me. And I have not ordered another Airbnb since then. I haven't, because I can't trust it. I definitely would never do it again when I'm traveling with my kids.
First of all, in the COVID, every people was sitting at home. Government started saving money. Half of the loads cut from China.
Huh?
There's nothing like this in Beijing.
Christian Dior and Saks Christmas collab. Oh, I can't wait to see this at night.
It's actually starting to shop, so I don't. Just a few minutes.
Hey, it's our little one.
I feel you, homie. I feel you. Come on. it was a horrible experience. So shout out to Marriott. Thank you, thank you, thank you a million times over. And y'all, that's it for today's video. I'll see you later. Bye.